Whenever you sit down to get something done, but you end up scrolling through your phone for hours, this problem is not just with you, it happens with most of the people. I've heard a quote in a video that says procrastination is assassination of all destination. Yes, it's really too dangerous, but in this video, I'm going to share the permanent solution for this problem, and I can guarantee you if you watch this video till last, you will never procrastinate in your life. Let's see the roadmap of this video. First, I will tell you three simple systematic steps. It's like the crust of pizza. Then two bonus tips. Last one is really important. It's like sauce and toppings of pizza. And in last, a previous advice. It's like baking the pizza. So you need to stay till the end because you can't eat a raw pizza. Let's start with those three simple steps. Step number one. Identify the root cause of procrastination. The first thing is to identify the cause of procrastination. Whatever you think the reason can be, if you find the problem, then it's easier for you to find solution. Like once you get to know the problem, then you need to find solution. Like how can I fix this? For example, if I'm feeling sleepy while working, then you should ask yourself why I'm feeling sleepy. Am I not getting enough sleep? If yes, then how can I fix my sleep so that I can focus on my work? So this is the first step. Step number two, break your goals into smaller tasks. Now you need to break your goals into smaller tasks. For example, you said you will study today. Study is a broad word. Even if you're studying a specific course, still you have many subjects, many books, chapters, and things. So you need to plan what you will study. Like you need to say, I will study this chapter today or this topic. So it will be easier for you to start because when you know clearly what you need to do, it becomes easier for you to do and it becomes hard for you to procrastinate. So that's how you need to break your big goals into small daily tasks. Personally, when I sit down to do anything, I feel confused. Like, what should I do? Then I procrastinate because I don't know what to do. I waste a lot of time on phone and I feel lazy to do anything. And after successfully wasting my time, I go into depression. So you need to plan in advance. Step number three, schedule everything. Once you plan what you will do, then you need to schedule when you will do. Let's say you have 5 things to do in a day. If you don't schedule them, then you will feel so much messy. Like, how should I start and what should I do first? How much time I put in this work? How much time I put in that work? So it becomes messy for you to do. So schedule every task on work. Write down all your works. Write for how many hours or minutes you will do that. Then finally schedule them at a appropriate time or as you wish. You can schedule them. So this was some steps you need to follow. Now let's jump on to bonus tips. Bonus tip number one, take breaks. If you feel overwhelmed and frustrated, take 10 minutes of break. Don't think anything, just make your mind free and then start again because we are human. Of course, we get tired, we feel overwhelmed, we feel frustrated between work. So you can take 5 or 10 minutes of rest to make your mind fresh, but it doesn't mean between the rest period you start using the phone. If you do like this, then that 10 minutes of rest will convert into 1 or 2 hours of scrolling. So you should stay away from these things when you're resting. Bonus tip number two, control your dopamine. I don't have the exact proof or explanation for this, but it's proven that first you crave for things which release high dopamine in our mind. Second, when you do something which release high dopamine in your mind, then it becomes very hard for you to do something which have less dopamine or no dopamine. Let me simplify it. When you scroll through social media or or you talk to any girl, you don't feel bored, you don't feel lazy. But when you do your work, you can't even do it for straight 10 minutes just because social media release high dopamine in our mind. And you've seen one thing, when you use too much social media or anything which release high dopamine in our mind, like games and all the other fun stuff, you feel lazy to do your work. I know you're confused, but the conclusion is that don't do things which aren't good for your future and which gives you a high dopamine rush in your mind. If you are addicted to it, then please try to live. And if you don't want to live deliberately, then complete your work first and use it. Because after getting the dopamine rush, you will not have the energy to work with focus. Anyways, you can correct me in comments if I said something wrong because I talk real. I just put my pure opinions and experience in front of you. So maybe I can be wrong in some cases. So finally, the last advice for you from me. Take it as a gift. Look, a best quality soccer suit doesn't make you a great player unless you know how to play. But if you know how to play, then probably it can assist you and make it easier for you to play. So all the things I've told you is useless unless you don't control yourself. It's proven that we crave for things which creates dopamine rush in our mind. For example, using social media or talking with girls, like all interesting things you think of. Of course, it's interesting because it creates dopamine rush in our mind. But things like study or any productive thing which involves hard work doesn't release dopamine in our mind because we see results of these things in long term. That's why we feel lazy to do this. We find excuses to procrastinate. I've read a really good quote on the internet which is like, procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. There are always reasons to not work, but you need to avoid them and work towards your goal if you want a better future and a better life. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you like the video. Make sure you subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon.